toy.
We're wanted men. I have spoken.
Welcome to episode 179 of the Smugglers Galaxy Podcast, your favorite Star Wars podcast for smugglers in the galaxy. I'm Glen, and Jason's over there, keeps muting. He's coughing every now and again. So if Jason sounds weird, that's why.
Yep. I had it. I had a visitor this week.
Oh, you and your visitor, man.
Uncle Rona.
It keeps on coming. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm
it's the
here.
Second time I've had COVID. It's not fun.
Oh. So it's only the second time since Celebration?
It's the first time since Celebration.
Or wow.
But it followed the same kind of pattern where we got back Sunday, then we had Monday off just to
Yeah.
recover. And then Monday night I got chills, and it happened the exact same way. Like I got chills and I couldn't get warm, and then I had a fever. The fever broke, but then it was just coughing and sneezing. And the only difference this time compared to last time was just the exhaustion.
Really?
I was napping like twice a day.
Wow.
And then because I was bedridden almost, my back was hurting.
Ooh.
So my back still hurts. It's like I'm trying to get up and around, and I'm doing like vacuuming today and the dishes and just trying not to be vertical.
Right. You know
Or
you're
horizontal.
old. You know you're old when you hurt yourself laying down.
Yeah. Yeah. So COVID, not fun. And it's still a thing. And I haven't had my booster shot in a while, so I'll have to make sure I stay on top of that.
Right.
But yeah, it's just I don't know if it was 2 years, a year and a half older, and that's
Yeah.
why it's worn me down or what, but it wasn't fun.
All right. That sucks. But I'm glad to
Yeah.
know I'm glad to hear you're on the mend.
I'm on the mend.
Yay.
Yay me.
So there's no, did you anything come in? Did you pick anything up?
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Things came in. I didn't have to go out. They just came to me.
You're right.
I finished my Boshek Black Series action figure. I got the head in the mail. There's this guy, Watto's Scrapyard, Watto's Junkyard on eBay.
Uh-huh.
And he makes I don't know if he makes the sculpts, but he does print them and mail them out. So we finally had a Boshek head. And like I mentioned last week, I got that Anton Merrick action figure, the Black Series one, and I converted that into a Boshek body. Used some Milliput to sculpt a little bit because his body is a little bit different. It's more like Bosk. Anyways, the head came in, I painted it. Now I have that.
Yay.
And then the other thing I've been looking for about 4 years now finally came in this week. Every time I would go to a show, I'd look for specific items, and if I saw that someone had they call them proof cards, but they're not proof cards.
Oh, yeah.
They're like unused card backs.
Yeah, what's the deal? I mean, I don't understand any of that. Why they would call them proof cards versus unused card backs. Maybe proof card sounds better.
Yeah, I think proof card sounds better, but for the most part, I believe they're just unused card backs that never got a figure attached to it. But yeah, I got a Wilro Hood card back, proof card, whatever you want to call it. So I got one of those, and I've been searching that for 4 years, and the opportunity came, and I was like, I'm gonna add that to my Wilro Hood collection.
It's funny what those damn ice cream patches have done for your collecting, right?
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
it's like you got a totally different focus now.
Yep, I have a Wilro Hood focus, and luckily it's just one figure.
Yeah.
So I don't have to like search out like, well, there's the Power of the Force version, there's the Legacy, there's the Vintage collection, there's the Vintage version. It's like, no, it's just there's the one figure, and now I have an unused card back for him.
Hey, Hasbro, maybe that's a figure you can make in your retro line.
Yeah, that could be a figure. They could repackage that for the vintage collection if they wanted to.
Right.
I don't feel like they will. It was a peg warmer
Oh,
for one.
really?
Yeah, but
Well,
now
those
it's
ice cream patches do work wonders, so maybe
they do.
people want it now.
Maybe. Now it's like a 50, 60, $70 figure depending on where you find it.
Wow. Gotta love the ice cream.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe with the Mandalorian, with the Cantono coming back around, maybe he has a renaissance.
Yeah, because it's all coming from him from that moment in Empire Strikes Back.
Right, that 30-second, not even 30 seconds on the screen.
No, I mean, if I replay it in my head, it's probably like 2 seconds.
Yeah, all it is why is that guy running with the ice cream maker?
Yeah, that was the joke. Me and my brother and I would watch the movie and we'd be like, "We'd get the ice cream, get the ice cream." We'd like make a comment because the guy's running with an ice cream maker.
And Dave Filoni, that's what he does. A good nerd always will find something and bring it back.
But that's all I picked up this week, other than a virus.
Yeah.
How about you?
I picked up a you remember air jammers back in the day? They were little car or not little cars, they were probably 6-inch cars that you filled with air. They had combustion
No.
engines and you'd push them. Oh, maybe that's only me, but somebody had a motorcycle one in the box at the meetup yesterday, the swap meet yesterday, and I picked that up. And then somebody also had a Gizmo duffel bag that Mandy, believe it or not, didn't have, so I picked that up for her. And that's it. Yeah, just waiting. I made a deal on something and I'm waiting for it to come to fruition, make sure I can talk about it before I talk about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
You
you
got a
know
little
what it is.
smile there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
I
sent
do.
it to you. I've sent you pictures. I just need to, we haven't finalized the deal and I need to make sure I can talk about it. It's one of those double secret probation type things.
I don't know what that is. I'm drawing a blank.
I sent you a picture of it. It said I just bought this.
Oh, okay. As I said, congratulations.
Yes. Well, that explains why you don't remember it if you were bedridden all week.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, yes. Yes. Okay. It's all back. I looked to see what it was, and between the drugs and the COVID fog,
The
uh,
drugs and the alcohol.
no alcohol. Although this morning I was like, what can I smell? So I started popping things open,
Hmm.
and I did smell some onion, no garlic powder, and couldn't smell anything else other than the whiskey. Popped the whiskey bottle open. I was like, this could clear your sinus. And I smelled it. I'm like, yep,
There it is.
I'll have a sip of whiskey later.
There you go. Maybe you'll smell it and be like, whoa.
And then it's a miracle. But how was the meetup, the swap meet yesterday? Because I was really bummed I couldn't make it.
It was really good. There was a lot of people there. Like it was a typical meetup where you end up talking to people more than you do buying, but I think there was like 50 vendors there.
Dang.
Yeah. I was looking for stuff for you. I was trying to find those things for you wanted for Rogue Fun, but I didn't see any.
Yeah.
I think there was like a guy that had a bunch of monster stuff there, so that was a new vendor. Um, he had like shoot, Creature of the Black Lagoon, like a lot of Creature of the Black Lagoon, and I'm like, where's Shannon when you need him?
Yeah.
Because that's his jam.
That's Jordan's jam too.
Well, Jordan was there. I'm sure he saw it. Um, him and Richard were there, and I saw Tony and Lewis and April. Daniel made an appearance too, so it was good seeing Daniel.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the typical show. Steve was there with his stuff, which is a bunch of modern stuff. It was a lot of modern, a little bit of vintage. It's starting to get a good mix of stuff, so um it's not Star Wars heavy.
Yeah.
But I like it because, like I said, you get to see it's starting it, at the couple of years that it's been doing it, you're definitely getting a good mix of people and a good mix of toys and a good variety.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, I mean, I'm glad. I'm sad you weren't able to make it because I think the weather was just about perfect.
We
It's a
should be able to
little,
make
huh?
that April one.
Yeah, yeah, because we were talking. Shoot, I was talking to Tony because he was trying to figure out when the next meetups and stuff were, and I'm like, we've got one the beginning of March, then there's Toylanta at the end of March, and then there's Rogue Fun, and then it kind of hits you. You're like, oh crap,
Yeah.
it's right here. It's like
Right
there.
there. It's in your face. It's like right there.
It is. You don't realize how close it is until you start talking to people
Oh,
about
I
it.
know. I know
I'm
how
sure
close it is.
you've got the little instead of a Disney countdown, you got a Rogue Fun countdown in your house.
It's a pressure cooker and it's ready to explode.
Will be fun, dude. Right now, I think all you got to do is wind it up and see what happens. I think at that point, I think we're like right there.
That's the office reference. Yeah. I think right now it's just focusing on cleaning my house,
Yeah,
getting that ready.
I was thinking that today. I was like, oh, I gotta clean my collection room. I don't get down there a lot, but it could definitely use me going through it and sprucing it up a little bit. And I'm sure, with Toylanta, man, Four Horsemen's gonna be there, so I got to figure out how much I'm gonna blow with Four Horsemen,
Yeah.
Cosmic Legion stuff.
Yeah.
At least I'm hoping that. Yeah, did you see that big green guy they got that's like a foot tall? No, they've
Nope.
got this big green guy for Cosmic Legions that he's like a $60 figure, and then in a secondary market he was around 100. So I'm hoping they have him, which will be hope I can grab him hopefully. But I guess we'll see. I don't know. Everybody's freaking out because of the cosmics. I mean, not the cosmic, the mythic stuff, and I'm like, I like the mythic stuff, but the cosmic Legion is so much better looking because I'm
Yeah.
I'm a space nerd.
Nerd.
Yeah.
But yeah, Toy Atlanta is coming around the corner. I need to start preparing for that.
Yeah, we got a panel to get ready for
I
that.
don't know why I thought it would be a good idea to sign me up for a panel in the middle of everything else I'm doing.
Dude, you were like, yeah, man, I'll do it. And
I'll do it.
all you gotta do is probably rip some pictures off the internet.
I'm trying to avoid doing that.
Yeah.
Trying to do it the right way.
You're always
I'll
trying to
have
do
it done.
things.
I'll have it done.
Yeah, no, you'll be fine. We'll be fine. And then we got invited to do another panel. So we'll be full of
And I
panels with
think it makes
Toylanta.
sense that I do that one because like the overlap for me
Hmm.
would be the 3D printing. And I'm sorry it hasn't been announced yet. So I
Right.
can't really talk about it, but I feel like the overlap between the two topics is 3D printing.
Uh-huh.
Should
Yeah.
make me the candidate for that.
You go for it. And,
But I don't have to. I don't need to.
no, if you know the 3D, yeah, no, it makes sense. I didn't think about it that way. I was sort of like, how would we overlap stuff? But no, you're right. 3D printing. And
Yeah.
you're a 3D printing monster.
But yeah, Toylanta was just going to be a weekend to hang out. Wayne will be selling his book there, so that'll be exciting.
Yeah, I was hearing that because the book is kind of not it's in transit right now.
Yes.
And I had heard that he was scared to go to the meetup yesterday because he didn't want to talk to people about his book being lost, they're not lost in transit, but in transit and being running late and stuff.
I love Wayne. He's so genuine, such a
Right.
genuine person. I'm afraid to face the public right now.
Right. It's like, dude, it'd have been fine.
Sorry, we
It's
didn't pack our pitchforks, Wayne. You're good.
I spit. You have my $30, Wayne. I want my book.
Hold on, let me see if I can find an Aquaman figure so I have a pitchfork. No, dude, you're good, and it's gonna be great. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
But
I'm looking forward to that book. It should be out. I'm assuming we'll have it in our hands in the next couple of months
yeah,
if we're not
yeah,
slave labor to
sooner,
get everything together. I mean,
sooner.
volunteered labor.
I do know that they did things differently, and so Shipping will be faster than it was with the other book,
Okay.
the vintage collection. It's less labor intensive too. So
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I just know that you spent a bunch of time on that vintage collection book in the background helping with stuff.
yep, yep. Nope, it'll be out soon. So good for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. No, and then I think he's working on the third, either second or third chapter already.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's a busy little beaver. I know Second Chance we're talking that they went and brought a bunch of superpowers to him to let him use for to photograph.
Yeah, they loaned it to him, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because the Cyclops, I think is it Cyclops? No, it's not Cyclops. The silver one is like $1,200-$1,300.
Cyborg.
Cyborg.
Yeah.
I knew I was close.
You're very close. Except he's got two eyes.
You're right.
The only news really this week is sad news, more sad news. Carl Weathers has passed away.
Yeah, that kind of took me by surprise.
Yeah, it did. What was he, 76, 74?
Yeah, he was young.
He's very young.
Early 70s. I heard it on the radio and then they're like, oh yeah, Mandalorian. I went, oh no.
Yep. Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
That's my first introduction to Carl Weathers is Apollo Creed. My dad was a huge Rocky fan, and so those Rocky movies were on replay all the time. And when I lived in Philly, we did make the walk up the steps. And he was a big man. He was like a serious businessman. I'm turn this into talk about me, but we ran up the steps, and I go, Dad, put your hands up. And he's like, I don't want them. Dad, put your hands up. You've done it. And so he put his hands up. I took the photo, but that just goes to show Rocky meant a lot, and
Mhm.
and so it's just tough to see somebody from that Rocky movie pass away. And
No, awesome. Now yeah. I was trying to transition into something else, but I don't know how to just say F. Last night we went, when it was one of my, I don't know how to train. Yeah, it stinks. What you gonna do? But
did you like him
sorry.
did you like him in Predator?
Yeah, dude, I haven't watched Predator in forever. You know what? So there's a chat. They were talking about him passing in one of our chats, and somebody had said that he was famous for just signing flat pieces. He didn't like signing like pops and stuff because he had hand problems. And
Yeah.
I typed, it was probably from that alligator attack, and I erased it.
Oh, from
Because
Happy
I was like,
Gilmore.
yeah, I was like,
Cubs.
I think it's too soon.
And then he went on and he signed on to The Mandalorian, and he told Favreau he wanted to direct. And Favreau was like, okay, we'll get you in there.
Yeah, he did direct an episode, didn't he?
He directed two, one in season 2 and one in season 3.
Nice.
He directed that Foundling episode, which I think is the one with the bird attack or something.
Oh,
But yeah, he's gone, and gone too young, too soon. And he was so
yeah.
charismatic, so funny, so
Yeah.
powerful as an actor.
And they hadn't really announced, nobody really knows if he had any health issues, right?
No, it said that he passed away in his sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't seem like it was a heart attack or anything. It just seemed like it was, for the lack of a better term, his time.
Right.
But yeah, rest in peace, Carl Weathers. Thank you for everything.
Yes.
So last night you went
So
out.
last night, yeah, no, so I have a couple. You've met John and Ann, my
Yeah.
really annoying friend with the mohawk. It was her birthday last night. His birthday is like, so their like birthdays are like 2 weeks apart, but we went out last night. We ended up going to this place called Joysticks in downtown Atlanta, and they had comedy. And I thought I played on some small stages. So you walk back in this back room, like it looks like the back room, like David's office at Second Chance. You know how small that is? It's like that small, and the stage is basically a pallet. No, it was a
Yeah.
pallet, like a plastic pallet that they're standing on. And I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna watch comedy or have somebody come out on a bicycle and ask us if we want to play a game. It was, we had fun because it was like $10 to get in, and it was about an hour's worth of comedy. And they, it's such a small room that they see you and they can mess with you and stuff. So a girl made a joke about a fedora, and of course I had a fedora on. Another guy was making fun of my friend because my friend's got the big long beard, and they're like, dude, what do you do? I need to know. And he's like, I own a mortgage company. And he was like, you own a effing mortgage company?
He's doing some room work. Yeah, how you doing?
You're right. He was. It was good. But it was like, man, for $10 a ticket, it was a good way to kill an hour. So it was fun watching. I guess I'm gonna have to go to local comedy shows now because it was kind of fun. Um, and then we
They do
found this
some
cookie.
open mic night.
Yeah. I've done that. I've been to a couple of open mics. It's interesting when you go to that because you do have, if somebody's doing good, they let them go, but when they start stinking, like the red light comes on, and it's like you need to get the hell off the stage. And sometimes people don't like that, so they have to like pull them off the stage.
Yeah. Those comedians are dark. They've
Yeah,
got dark personalities. Like even it's very rare for one of them to be like friendly and kind and then
yeah,
still be funny.
right.
But for the most part, there's a lot of darkness there.
Yeah, there was some darkness last night, but yeah,
Cool.
it was just I don't know. I know some people like knowing what's going on in our personal lives. So. But I did not go to MegaCon to meet Michael J. Fox, and I hope I don't regret it.
Are you going to the Atlanta Comic Con thing this weekend?
Is it this one? I don't know. I have to see. I got to figure out how much tickets are and if I feel like going.
I think tickets are $30. I think I'm going because Josie wants to go. She's a big Flash fan. She liked that TV show, The Flash.
Yeah.
And there's like a photo op with like three of the Flashites, the
Uh-huh.
Flashians. And so she wants to do that. So I might go for just a couple hours and get that photo with or let her get that photo with them.
Right. No, that'd be fun. I'd like that because they got like who's all going to be there? Is I know Anthony Daniels is going to be there. There was like
Hmm.
4 or 5. Katie Sackhoff. Is the
Yep.
Armor going to be there?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Was Carl Weathers supposed to be there? No.
I know I think he was at some cons. I know there was MegaCon was a big show this weekend that had a bunch of uh Star Wars people there.
Yeah. I'm
Let
pulling
me
it
see.
up right now, but I think tickets are $30, so I might hit that. We'll see.
Yeah. Let's see. Guest. Film and
And
TV. Go
and
ahead.
then the day this drop, oh, Alec Baldwin.
I can't believe. Sorry, I'm amazed that he's doing cons, but
Yeah, I mean, wasn't he just indicted?
yeah, I feel bad for him because somebody basically handed him a loaded gun that he assumed had a blank in it. I mean, what I don't want to turn this into, but when you're on a state, somebody hands you something and how are you going to check that? I don't know.
It's his. I guess it's his responsibility too.
Right. I
I
just,
just because you don't know you're committing a crime doesn't mean that you're um not liable for committing the crime.
right. No, I got you.
Katie Sackhoff will be there.
Yeah. And then somebody that did some voice work for the Clone Wars. I guess
Michael
I'd be,
Rooker.
huh?
Michael Rooker, John Rhys Davies, who played Sala in Indiana Jones when
Yeah.
he was Gimli the dwarf, the
Hey,
Punisher.
Randy Quaid will be there.
Charlie Cox. Um, Daredevil was always one of my favorite growing up. So I just wish that the Daredevil show that they're making right now is more comic accurate and that he's got the sonar abilities.
Hmm.
Because like the Netflix show was more like intense hearing,
Um,
which was weird. Uh,
yeah, they have a lot of Walking Dead people and Cobra Kai, which I would totally expect because that stuff's filmed
that's
here.
filmed here, yeah. I
Uh,
never I got tired of Walking Dead.
yeah, I watched it just to see how it ended, and it just ended really crappy. I know the comic book when it ended, the guy was just like, "I'm done."
Yeah.
He literally was like, it surprised everybody, and he was just like, I'm done with it."
Andy Serkis.
Is he gonna be there?
Yeah, he's a living uh god.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he is going to be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh, they may be fun. I'd hate to go to this and it'd be like
Henry
nothing but
Thomas.
pops. Yeah, Elliot.
I
Elliot.
can't watch ET without crying every single time.
Yeah.
Don't go, ET, stay.
I wonder if Mandy knows he's going to be there. I don't know if I told her or not. But we met the guy from not Goonies, Gremlins at up here. He lives in Atlanta and he'll make Plastic
Oh, no.
Empire or pull him in every now and again.
Oh, I didn't know he lived here.
Yeah. And it was like cheap as it was like $40 or something
Oh.
to meet him.
Yeah. What else?
Do we want to talk about the hold on, there it is. Star Wars Podcasting Day.
What is
Is
Star
this
Wars Podcasting Day?
it is a day to remember the 25th anniversary of the first Star Wars podcast. What was that called? Jedi Talk.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, it was called Jedi Talk. It was the first Star Wars podcast, and it's just basically a bunch of podcasters that it's just a day to let people be aware of podcast, and maybe we needed a more solid episode for Star Wars Podcasting Day. But I'm sorry for there's no news. What are we going to talk about?
The only other thing I have to mention is that there's an announcement this week, and it seems like every week leading up to Rogue Fun, we have announcements now.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we'll have
let's
something.
yeah.
What?
No, finish.
What is? You
No,
was,
I was going
I
to
was
say
gonna say?
something.
You gonna say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, but meh.
Go ahead, say something.
I was going to finish up Star Wars Podcasting Day, but I don't have
I thought
anything
you were
else to say
done.
about it. I don't know. It's just a day to let people know about Star Wars Podcast. So look it up. The hashtag is Star Wars Podcast Day 2024. And I think we're like one of the few that have done it all like 4 years or so that it's done. He's been doing it.
Awesome.
So what kind of announcement do you have for Rogue Fun, Jason?
The Kennesaw Run.
Yay! Is that
think
why I
we're-
have to clean my house?
Yes, yes. I think we're ready to retire it after this too.
Mm-hmm.
We've done it. What? This will be the third time, and I think it'll be the last time. We're gonna sunset it.
At least for a
Which-
little bit.
Yeah. We'll put it in carbonite free for a couple of years, maybe. But yeah, you'll have the opportunity. It's 3 homes within 11 miles, and I think how far is the hotel from my place in Tim's? It can't be that far.
I know it's like 20 minutes from me.
And then you're 15 minutes from me.
Right.
So you do the math, people. That's like 5 minutes away.
Right.
yeah.
It's girl
Yeah.
math.
Tim has a lot of cool items, floor to ceiling. It's like the Rancho Obi-Wan of the Georgia Club. A lot of great stuff there. I have obviously the Micro Machines and a lot of modern stuff that were in boxes, and now they're on display. And now it's time to figure out what to do after this Kennesaw run. And you have a bunch of Bill and Ted cool stuff, Rebels stuff. It'll be at everyone's leisure. We can finally talk about what we were making a couple weeks ago at my place.
Oh, yes.
So at each place, you'll get a piece of the Death Star plans. There's an acrylic piece that looks like it's black and white. And so when Glenn and Ryan came over, we were staining the black with paint, and then we were wiping it away. So the white acrylic was stained black because we had somebody go in and etch out the design, and it says Rogue Fun at the bottom. You'll get that at one of our places. And then another place, you'll get a sticker. That's the Peach Death Star logo. The Georgia Alliance has a Death Star Peach because we are the Georgia Peaches, obviously. And you'll put that on there. But there's a third item, which will take it up a notch. I'm not ready to announce just what that is yet. You'll find out soon. Maybe we'll keep that one a surprise.
Yeah, I think we should.
But yeah, we have like 125, 150 of these little Death Star plans that you'll get during the during the Kennesaw run. And yeah, that'll be Sunday morning after Rogue Fun. from 9 to 12. And then from 1 to 3, we'll do the Bolero. So there'll be announcements soon about Bolero, or a reminder soon, I guess, about Bolero. Um, but yeah, it's going to be the wrap up day, the day to just like hang out one last time before everybody goes their separate ways. And it'll be a good way to kind of break up the monotony of the being stuck inside for 8 hours in one room for Rogue Fun. You can go out and explore and check out collections.
Yes, it'll be a fun time. It's always fun having people checking people's collections out and having people look at our collections. So I know we're having people from. Hopefully, we'll have a different set of people because we're having people from like all over the world come to this.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun to have those people check out our collections. Are your girls ready for the Super Bowl? Do they have their Travis Kelce jerseys?
No, they're not that big into this whole Swifty NFL thing.
Really?
Yeah, they're just like, whatever. It's just okay. They've seen Taylor Swift in person. They don't need to see her on TV for 80 seconds.
I didn't know if they were going to watch just to see if like he proposed at the end of the Super Bowl or something.
Oh, you think that might happen?
I think if they win, because think about it, it's going to be like 6 months before there's any like more Taylor Swift news with Travis Kelce news, and it's the biggest stage. What would you think he'd propose? I mean, how
I
long
think
did
that's the wrong time to propose,
yeah,
but what do I know?
you're a dad. You're just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Anything
yeah,
else?
I don't even know if I'll be watching the Super Bowl because I could care less about it, truthfully.
Couldn't care less.
Couldn't care less about it. And maybe that's a good reason to go to Atlanta Comic Con on Sunday.
Maybe.
Maybe. It'll depend on how my weekend goes if I'm going to go to the show or not. Well, I can't go on Saturday because we got a party on Saturday. We got a birthday party on Saturday, an 80s birthday party.
Boom, boom, boom.
Right. An 80 themed, not an 80-year-old birthday party, an 80s themed birthday party on Saturday night.
I gotcha. You gonna dress up like Marty again?
No, I think I'm just gonna do like, what am I gonna? Just a jean jacket and a band T-shirt and a pair of Vans. Be done with it. Not gonna go all crazy because I don't know what the weather's supposed to be.
I've been seeing a lot lately, people talking about the hobby sucks right now.
What?
Have you seen this online?
A little bit. I think people are getting more vocal about it.
I think it's just like kind of offended
Why is
because
that?
because it's like this hobby is what you make it. So if you turn your back on the hobby, then you're part of the reason why it sucks. Yeah, there's things that happen.
Yeah.
There's people who've been arrested. I'll just leave it at that. And yeah, that sucks, but that's not the hobby.
Right.
And that shouldn't bring the hobby down. There's vendors out there who manipulate, and that's not the hobby. Yes, it sucks.
Right.
That's not the hobby. And the hobby is the people who make it. You have to put in the effort. It's what you put in is what you get out.
Right.
I think what they're doing in the 12 back group right now with Ross and Brian Angel, I think that's stellar. I think that's a great thing. But yeah, it's if you think the hobby sucks, it's because, well, you're not doing anything. You're not participating. You're just throwing more garbage into the fire, the dumpster fire.
Right.
Make it a
Right.
better place.
Yeah, no, if you're not happy, change it.
Because
Be part of the solution.
we've been struggling to get people to come to meetups.
Mm-hmm.
We've been struggling for and we're not struggling. Rogue Fun is a runaway hit so far, and that's because we've put in a lot of work and a lot of energy, and we've made connections with people and said, hey, come on down, we're gonna have a great experience. And so really it's stop complaining that the hobby sucks. It's not that the hobby sucks, it's just that maybe you're not doing as much as you should be.
Right. No, I totally agree. I mean, there's an opportunity to change it. So, I mean, there's plenty of opportunities to get involved and to make things better.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even if it's just joining a Facebook group and helping people, all them out, helping that group out.
Hosting a meetup.
Yeah, host a meetup. I mean, we've in the club, we've pushed our meetups back to 2 times every other month, just so that there's no excuse for people, people, oh, I'm going to get it next month. It's like, well, there's not going to be a next month.
Right.
Try to get people to come. But yeah, host a meetup, join a club, start a club if there's nobody in your area. Start going to shows. Yeah, because this year's gonna. I don't want to say it's gonna be a rough year. I mean, we're doing our, we got the Rogue Fun thing going, but there's not going to be a lot of national meetups. There's not going to be a lot of content come out, which means there's not going to be a lot of good toys come out. So I think 2024 is going to be a rough year for the hobby.
Yeah. And if there's something you don't like in the hobby, instead of giving it attention, turn your back
Yeah,
and don't pay any attention to it, because think about like the dandelions, the little white petal things,
yeah,
and they're a nuisance in your backyard. But the thing to do is nothing. Because if you kick it, you're like, I got to get rid of it. And you kick it, all those little petals fly away. Those are seeds. And then they plant in the ground, and then more of those sprout up. Whereas if you don't do anything and you leave it alone, it'll just wither and die.
right.
So do that.
Yeah, I think that's some good advice, and I'm trying to follow it as best I can to let
Yeah,
things go.
it's not easy, but
No.
especially when there's perceived injustices.
Yeah.
Anyways, anything
Man,
else?
I think we're good. We'll have to come up with some news. Hopefully there's some news next week.
We have to come up with a topic too.
Yeah, that would help. We do come up with topics and then we never do it.
Yeah, we got to do that topic. The now that it's February, we're down a month. Our 2024 Star Wars bingo cards.
Oh, we need to do that. Yeah. I have to come up with those.
So
I need to go look at the one that what did the Mutineers did, Mickey Mutineers. That's our
Mickey
buddies
Mutineers.
Jordan's podcast. Get a feel for what a Star Wars bingo card would look like.
But I mean, that's just the common phrase. Like, I didn't have that on my 2024 bingo card.
Right.
And
At
so
least there's not any big dumpster fires yet this year.
yet. But like, if we had put a passing of a Star Wars actor on our 2024 bingo card, we would have hit it already, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, but I also think that's kind of that's an easy one.
That's true too. Yeah, they're supposed to be like left field kind of predictions. They're not
Right.
supposed to be infield predictions.
Yeah, I think you kind of do some easy ones and some rough ones and see what happens. But yeah, we need to work on that, and we need to watch the prequels.
Yeah. And we got to finish the Ewok thing, the Battle for Endor, not Battle. Yeah, Battle for Endor, because we watched Caravan of Courage.
Yeah, that was years ago, dude.
Yeah, I know. We were supposed to do the second one, a
I think
play-by-play of the second one.
You're right. I think as soon as it came on Disney Plus, we were like, we need to watch it, and hopefully it's still on Disney Plus.
We watched the first one. We're like, no, we're good for 4 years. No, thank you. This isn't bueno. This is not fun.
No.
Do you know why the Mandalorian ship is called the Razor Crest?
No, why?
Because it's gotten him out of a couple close shaves. Where did the Mandalorian find his missing armor?
I don't know.
In the Lost and Foundlings. All right. Should I wrap it up?
Do it.
Thank you for listening to the Smugglers Galaxy Podcast. If you could, leave a like and a 5-star review of the show anywhere you listen to your podcast. It really helps us out and points people to our show. You can follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Send us an email or message us. We love feedback. We'd love to make you part of the show. Our email address is smugglersgalaxy@gmail.com. Thank you to Alfonso Riviera for the Smugglers Galaxy logo. And thank you to Levi Waterhouse for the music. People collect for the love of it. Hashtag vote with your wallet. Sabine will be on next week. Pass on what you've learned. Be a positive force in the collecting community. This is the way.
This is the way.